assortment of flowers, stuffed toys, candles, all kinds of mementos grows larger by the hour outside the Fredericton police station. 6-year-old Annabelle came with her brother Felix and her mom, Christina Laflamme, to pay respects.
We wanted to surprise the police with flowers. I wanted to say thank you to the police for saving our lives.
Brian Smith wipes away tears as he places a photograph of a uniformed Constable Farah Burns at the makeshift monument.
I had photographed their wedding many years ago. I know the family. I know Sarah. An incredible spirit, a beautiful spirit. Why anyone would want to hurt a beautiful soul like that, I don't understand.
That's the common sentiment among people you talk to here. Why? What led to 4 innocent people being killed in this tiny city with the feel of a big village? Lynn Fraser is a retired lawyer. Gun violence in Canada must be tackled, she says.
We see so much of it coming from the United States. And then you see the politicians in Ottawa saying we don't have proper firearms legislation either. And I think we better get on it.
Luigi Benedicente and his whole family also came to lay flowers at the police station. He says there's only one way Frederictonians will get through this sadness and loss.
We need to stay together. We need to face this together. A wound takes very short time to actually find. It takes a very long time to heal.
Sean Callahan pulls his cousin Donnie's bass out of a guitar case, the bass he bought for him.
This bass could tell many stories.
Callahan has asked Donnie's family for some of his ashes.
And I'm going to put the ashes in this. I'm going to seal it. I'm going to bury him with this. This is his casket right here.
His life cut short, Donnie Robichaud will be laid to rest with something that was so much a part of his life, his music. Chris O'Neill Yates, CBC News, Fredericton.
People in Toronto are remembering the victims of a mass shooting in the city's Greektown neighborhood nearly 3 weeks ago. This weekend, there is a very different feeling in the community as the annual street festival takes place. This time, the tone of the event is one of a neighborhood that's still healing. Lorinda Redekop has that story.
It's still a celebration like it is every year. It sounds like Greece and smells like it, with souvlaki sizzling on outdoor grills. But you can't mistake the underlying somber tone here this year.
At one table, people sell T-shirts and buttons that read Danforth Strong, Toronto Strong, together.
Thank you so much.
I lived here for years anyway.
The money will go to victims and their families. It's less than 3 weeks since a gunman opened fire along this stretch. 2 people died, 18-year-old Reese Fallon and 10-year-old Juliana Kozis. Along with the shooter, 13 others were injured. Alison McLeod was visiting Greece at the time.
I was especially heartbroken to see that it was 2 young women dying at the end of a gun.
For her, coming back to the Danforth feels like a statement.
Because I think it's very important to come and walk the streets and not be afraid.
It's still tough for staff who were there that night and heard the shots. Peter Karasiotis is the CEO of Astoria Shish Kebab House.
It definitely is hard for some of them. It still is. It resonates. You know, they don't want to work on the patios. They're kind of apprehensive.
Howard Lichtman is one of the organizers of the Taste of the Danforth Festival. He says normally they attract more than 1.5 million people over 3 days. He thinks the crowds are bigger this year.
We see people who are coming around and saying, hey, you know what? I haven't been here in years. I came back. If you have a personal death, a family member, what's really comforting is your family and friends around you.
At a memorial set up beside a church, people pause to read the messages. This site brings together all the teddy bears, candles, and photos that people had left at less official memorials over the past few weeks. Terry Gallagher places some flower petals in amongst the items.
I just wanted to leave a few rose petals along the row here where the bears are, little kids, because Juliana was only 10, so she'd appreciate that. Just my own little way of bringing a little peace.
The items will be taken to another public site after the weekend. A permanent memorial hasn't been decided on yet. Today, people are coming to remember and also trying to bring back a sense of joy. Lorinda Redekop, CBC News, Toronto.
Coming up, how one Scandinavian country went from the world's leader in cases of heart disease.
Very unhealthy lifestyles, a lot of smoking, very unhealthy diets, Finnish men said that vegetables are only for rabbits.
To making health part of students' curriculum.
If you can do something before